Whew. Okay, so we got swept.
Karma?
Atkins? Charbuck.
I hate these snakes, man.
The Yankees were rattled. It's just too many puns. The desert, snake bit. You know, yeah, we're going to name this episode Snake Bit. And I don't care what anybody tells me out there, the Night King should have never went out that way. Let's get started this way.
Come on.
Everybody get started at 5. Seconds. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. So, welcome
everybody.
Yeah, welcome everybody to the Pinstripe Strong podcast. It's your boy Joe, joined by my co-host
Chris.
And we bring to you the Pinstripe Strong podcast, where we do reviews on the series and the Yankees and all things Yankees. We may expand later on, but for now, it's all things Yankees, of course.
Sure.
If this is your first time finding us, first of all, congratulations. You found the premier podcast over here. That is by people from the Bronx. We're from the Bronx. And we're for the Bronx, all right? So that's
facts.
Yeah, so if you guys could definitely leave a 5-star review on this, if you're listening to this in whatever platform you are listening to it. So definitely do that and share. And make sure you guys follow me at Joe's McFly and Chris at Chris McFly 28 on Twitter, and follow me on Instagram, also the same thing. And follow the official Pinstripe Strong Twitter and Instagram page at Pinstripe Strong for all of your updates and so on and so forth. So let's get started. And I mean, let's be frank here. Yankees got swept, and it's kind of weird. It's almost like I don't want to say I don't care, but
almost felt like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other concerns that I have, but
yeah,
it's like it almost feels like 4 days off. I don't know. But we had a couple of days in between.
That's okay.
And we want to make sure that we win these games, of course. The one thing that I was seeing is that I wanted to see, in coming into the series, I wanted to see how this team goes up against somebody that has a over 500 record.
Yeah,
and you know, the Diamondbacks are a pretty good team. You know, they put the bat on the ball, they pitch, they have a good bullpen, they do all of these things well. They play good defense. Did you see some of those plays that they made?
It just nasty all around.
Yeah, especially, I mean, they turned some really good double plays. They were sound fundamentally. So I wanted to go ahead and see how the Yankees, this AAA Scranton Rail Rider Yankee team was able to do it. And, you know, going into the series, the Yankees were a little shorthanded, so I don't want to say it's even fair, because you took DJ LeMahieu out and you took Gio out of the first game, basically. He pinch hit, but nonetheless, they were both out of the first game. So it almost felt like, shit, we're even more we're shorthanded as is, but we're shorthanded with the shorthandedness.
Yeah, it was just way too much.
No,
too much to take.
Absolutely. So I mean, I wanted to see, you know, kind of use this as a barometer, and this kind of showed me this is nice what we've had going up against those other teams, and maybe we got through April, but this is May, and right now we have a really tough a really tough schedule of 500 plus teams coming up, and I want to get the guys back. I want the guys back.
Thanks.
But in order to get those guys back, Chris, and this is a pretty good transition. I'm pretty proud of this one. Okay?
Yeah, you've been on the money recently. We do have some news talking about guys coming back. So Clint Frazier, this is by Coley Harvey. Shout out to Coley Harvey, who's been phenomenal with the news.
Oh, yeah, he's on it.
Yeah, he's really on it. So with the left ankle sprain situation, the rehab running program ramped up. That was earlier today. He ran 960s and a few stop and goes. Had no issues with his ankle.
Love the stop and goes.
Yeah, with any of it, says today is the best it's felt. So that's phenomenal news. Now he is. Yep.
Clint Frazier sounded like he said it's the best that it has felt in his life.
So he is eligible to return on Friday. We'll see though, because if they want him to get into a rehab game, then maybe Monday. But it seems to be trending on the positive lane. And now I'm gonna read this, but and then there's an update to that update. Aaron Boone says Troy Tulowitzki and Miguel and Duhar will play a game, which they played already. And Duhar, he was basically hitting the cover off the ball, had a 2-run single. Troy, he was hit on the previous game, and then today basically kind of like flared up. So they took him out, precautionary, they say. But, it's just not a good thing. And then that I think that's basically it for the news. There is one thing that I read, which is kind of weird, and I want you to expand on that, Joe. Stanton did not join the Yankees in Arizona. Now that's what Aaron Boone said. Since the facility he's been training in Southern California, near where he grew up, has full facilities, he basically stayed there. This is again by Coley Harvey as well. He was supposed to have hit off the tee today. Stanton will rejoin the team in NYC, and you said that you felt a way about that, and so you could expand on that.
All right, so this is, I don't know, this is kind of like how I feel. It just feels like, doesn't it feel like it's always something that almost keeps pushing back Giancarlo just a little bit?
You mean like injury wise, or just?
No, it's like something where it's like something that's expected to happen, and then something. I mean, this might be nothing. It might be totally true. Oh, the facility thing. But it just feels like every single time it's like, oh yeah, he's supposed to join the Yankees in San Francisco. Oh no, he's not going to do that. He's going to get his cortisone shot, and then he's going to join the Yankees in Arizona. Oh no, he's not going to join the Yankees in Arizona because they got full facilities in LA. And you know what? He's going to go ahead and meet up with the Yankees in New York. It just kind of feels like there's something else to whatever the hell his injury is that is still not out there. He's still, I think he's a little bit ways away, a little bit. Did we have a Hicks update?
No Hicks update today. I haven't seen anything.
So, I think of course Clint is probably the closest person coming back, and Andujar too. Andujar and Clint, we heard about, of course, Tulowitzki, who got taken out of today's game.
Yeah.
Are you surprised? I'm not. Whatever.
That the way Andujar, I seen the helicopter, the helicopter swing.
Yeah.
So he's looking good. Hopefully he does join us if not by the end of this week, definitely early next week, hopefully.
Now, what do you think? Real quick, before we get into the series and all that stuff. When Andujar comes back, are you plugging him in at third base every day?
No, at least not to begin with. It looks like, and it's funny because I thought this myself. I'm like, well, he was going crazy with the hits, DH, and then he played third base, and then he went 0 for 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just think they should ease him in, play DH a few games. I just love Gio's defense, man.
Oh yeah, I love it too. That's what I'm saying.
I just love Gio's defense, man, and I know that Andujar has been practicing his butt off, training his butt off at third base, but I don't know, man. Gio is he's a god over there, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that tear's not going anywhere until it gets, actually surgically repaired. It's not going anywhere at all. So, I mean, I guess if you can, don't push it. You don't want to regulate him 100% to DH because you want to be able to use it to throw Sánchez in there. And when Giancarlo comes back, be able to throw him in there. And, but who's playing DH right now? Mike Ford?
No, did he DH today? I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know.
Well, there's no DH. It's an ALC.
Oh yeah, it's been. Yeah, but the series be prior to us coming to the National League. I don't know. I just feel that right now, Andujar, his bat is amazing. As good as Gio.
I missed him in this series. We missed him.
We
missed that bat.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, when he comes back, I think they already know what they want to do, honestly, because they're already talking about how he's on his way back and everything like that. So I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to look at Gio. And Gio, I mean, it's not just a defense. He was brought to the team for his defense, but he really has been surprising a lot of people in the organization and obviously the fans that with his bat. He's right now batting over 300. So he's been amazing there as well. So you want to keep Gio at third, and you make the lineup a lot longer.
Yeah.
Putting Andujar at DH.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that's just basically what we think there. At least with Andujar, I think that maybe they should regulate a little bit of time between DH and third base, but that's all basically. But nonetheless, in this series, Snake Bait Yankees got swept after doing sweeping. Got swept. Another good team. Yankees have lost 5 straight games against teams that are over 500.
It's not what you want.
It's not what you want, of course. But given the circumstance and what everything is going on, and it is what it is. I put up a memer because I'm really proud of what the Yankees did in April. I'm really proud. And we got to talk about April, but what the Yankees did in April was awesome. And I mean, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, spoiler, whatever, I guess, but you should have seen it already. But anyway, sure. I put up a meme that on Twitter where I said, I put that video or that GIF of the Night King looking up as he's like after he just finished and just smiled after Daenerys with her dragon try to roast him with like mad fire. No matter how much fire she's throwing at him, he just looks up no matter what and just smiles. Like it doesn't matter. And that's how I felt that this was just that was the Yankee team in April. No matter what injuries got thrown at them, they just looked up through the flames and smiled.
Is a revolving door of just people that just came up to do what they have to do. You're like, hey,
absolutely. So I mean,
it's amazing.
And no, it was good. But I mean, in this series itself, I mean, if you want to go into the first game, and you said it, and you were right, you were trying your best. You were like, oh my God, I hope we miss Greinke, and we did not.
We did not miss Greinke. Actually, I thought he was going to pitch the second game, so I was saying that we would definitely win the first, but surprise, surprise! And
you want to know who missed Greinke? The Bats. That's who missed Greinke.
You've been on fire, man. You've been on fire.
The Bats missed Greinke's pitches, and he was sensational. He pitched what was it, 7 2/3.
Yeah,
and he could have probably kept on. He retired. I think it was like 13 straight or 11 straight to finish off the game. Whatever. It was an insane amount of Yankees. But if you looked at him pitch, it was like there was no exact sequence to one batter. It was like either fastball, curve, fastball, curve, fastball, curve. I feel like I'm rhyming, but it felt like he was like so unpredictable with his pitches.
What was that pitch?
No, he threw like a 69-mile-per-hour pitch. I'm like,
bro, that looked like that Bugs Bunny slow. I'm like, how is it moving that way?
It wasn't fair. Yankees could only muster up, what was it, 1 run on the game. Only 5 hits. It was
7 strikeouts.
Well, 7 Ks, and that's who was it? 7 K. Well, 9 total Ks for the Yankees.
But 9 total Ks.
I was gonna say 7 Ks for the Yankees. Actually, pretty good.
9 Ks.
Yeah, 9 total Ks. But one thing that you love about this game is definitely CC. And we'll definitely share a CC moment or whatever. I don't know if you have one, but I know I definitely have one. But CC got his 3,000 strikeout. He had his family in the stands. I love seeing that. He got it out there. And I just wanted CC to get it out the way because you could tell that it was kind of weighing on him, especially in the last start. No pun intended with the weighing on him.
Mm-hmm. That's not.
But with the 3,000 strikeouts, that's a tremendous feat. Only, 17 people in the history of the game have done it.
Only 17.
That's awesome. That's royalty. Right. So I appreciate CC. I appreciate everything he's done from the moment that he signed to be in Pinstripes. I love that guy. Probably my favorite moment with CC. Not with CC, but with
CC.
But yeah, LCC, like me as a fan and things like that, is probably in the ALCS in 2009, where
damn it, Joe. that's where I was going.
And the crowd was chanting CEC, CEC, and that was That was great, man. I love CC for that. I love CC for that entire playoff run and what he did at the time. I think it took a man for what he did to admit his alcoholism.
Yeah, definitely.
And to come out and be able to make the comeback that he did, to go from that power pitcher and then to be this guy, but never lose that grit and always go out there and, you know, with that just ferociousness and just roar. And yeah, I love CC, man.
Yeah.
And it just seems like a bear out there trying to attack people, man. I love that guy.
He's a stopper. He's our stopper. When he came in 2009, the moment didn't scare him. He was ready. It felt like he was ready for that moment.
Had a rocky start as a Yankee.
Yeah, of course.
But after that, when he corrected himself, CC was.
Thank you, Pettit. Thank you, Andy Pettit.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. And I appreciate the guy. I don't know. Do you have any kind of
I mean, you just took it. It's just overall, just see what he has done with the organization and everything like that. How he has taken in New York as his home, even though he's from Oakland.
Yeah,
and everything. It's just he's been amazing. He was a big signing.
He was.
Aside from Teixeira and Burnett that year,
one of the few successful. Yeah, Brian Cashman.
One of the few, and I guess we're always going to we're going to be old and gray and talking about how CC, even though he was close to getting that $5,000 bonus, and he didn't care. He didn't care. He was like,
protect your teammate.
Protect your teammate, and that, exactly. He got it anyway, but he didn't really care. He didn't really care about that, and one of the things that Coley Harvey. I keep mentioning is that he's awesome with the information. He said that he spoke to AJ, he used to be in Baltimore. Now he's the Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He said basically that
Adam Jones, by the way.
Adam Jones. I don't know. I say AJ. Let me see. CC is one of 3 African Americans that has reached the 3,000 strikeout club. He's part of the a group called the Black Aces, including Bob Gibson and Fergie Jenkins, the creator of that club.
I think those are all African American pitchers that have 120 games, right?
Exactly. So basically, is the creator of the club is Don Newcomb, who won 20 games in 1951. So it's a group of 15 African American pitchers who have at least won over 20 win, who has 120 win season in their careers, and CC basically is one of 3 with the 3,000 strikeouts. So he's definitely excited and elated to be part of that group.
David Price is one of them too, to be in the Black Aces.
Oh, there you go. So he's, because obviously he won 20 games and everything. Mm-hmm. So he's been amazing. He's been amazing. His accolades basically go on and on and on. He's definitely a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. His amazing career season.
For sure.
Hats off to you.
Yes, hats off to you. Pinstripe strong. Hats off to you. Good job. So, but I mean, back to this game here. Yankees offense did nothing against Greinke. I mean, there's nothing to really say there. The only thing that really happened, and Wilmer Flores, of course. Just got beat. We got beat by that, man.
The crier Wilmer.
The crier.
The crier Wilmer Flores hit a home run. Yeah. Off CC. I think it was an 0-2 count too. Like it was something. It was something like that. And then he also had an RBI single. We definitely got killed but we killed ourselves too, man. I think even with Greinke, I think we could have possibly had a chance with the bullpen, but it just didn't. We didn't do anything.
I mean, there weren't really many opportunities that came up. I mean, the Yankees and the Diamondbacks got the homer, and the ball flies down there.
Not for us.
I mean, for Voit. Today, but Wilmer Flores hit a homer, and then Gleyber Torres hit an RBI double that scored Gary Sanchez. So it was back-to-back doubles. After that, nothing happened, and then Eduardo Escobar is a doubles machine. All that dude does is hit doubles.
That
he doesn't walk. He doesn't hit singles. He just hits doubles. The man eats doubles for breakfast.
He's, actually, it's funny. I actually last week in fantasy I lost because of him. And so to add insult to injury, he killed the Yankees. Like I don't like that guy, man.
We lost to Wilmer Flores.
Yeah, Wilmer.
Basically, he had 2 RBI in this game, which is basically more than enough to silence the Yankees with the way Greinke was pitching. And CC got his 3,000 strikeout on a nice little tidbit, by the way. John Ryan Murphy struck out John Ryan Murphy, ex-Yankee. And by the way, John Ryan Murphy was also the Yankee that caught his 2,500 strikeout.
And if
I got that from Yes, by the way. I didn't actually pull that up.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't John Ryan Murphy the last catcher to catch Mariano Rivera? Was it?
I believe so. Yes, I think he did. I think he did catch. Yes, I think so. It sounds right.
It sounds right. It sounds right. But
nonetheless, I don't know. That Mariano thing threw me off. But it came out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell?
Something he could tell his grandkids. But,
exactly. But I mean, in that game, nothing really happened. Diamondbacks added something late, and the Yankees didn't really mount anything in that entire game. There was nothing that resembled really a rally throughout the game. There was a lot of feeble at bats. The bottom part of the lineup looked. I mean, after Torres, really, you had Gardner, Voit, Sánchez, Torres. After that, you got Tauchman, Maben, Estrada, which I love Estrada, but I mean Estrada, and then Wade. The lineups are so short in the NL, especially when you take out DJ LeMahieu with the hits on the menu, and Gio Urshela's not in the game. It's like, sheesh.
Yeah, the bottom of the after Torres, it only mustered 1 hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was nothing there. I mean, Holder came in, and actually, Holder actually impressed me. And I kept saying, oh, my God, here we go again. Where's it? You're kind of waiting for the shoe to drop. And Holder holds it down. 1 2/3 scoreless with a strikeout. No walks either. I'm sorry, I'm lying. 1 walk. But still, I mean, I thought that was a really good performance by him. And then Britton comes in and allows the insurance run, which sucks. I don't know what's going on with Holder.
Britton,
I'm sorry, with Britton, where he allowed 2 hits.
1 run.
He wasn't getting any of the balls really on the ground at first. They were kind of hitting it and they were loafing the ball, but that's what Arizona does. They put the bat on the ball. They find a lot of green. And I know that they say that the ball flies over there, but it seems like a lot of freaking grass, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like a lot of like open space?
It's very vast. Like,
how big is this damn park? You sure this park is like they call it a hitter's ballpark, man?
No, I'm gonna look at the dimensions. That's a little crazy over there.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but nonetheless, it was. The story of the game is that CC 3,000 strikeout. Greinke dominated the Yankees. Yankees didn't hit.
And
that's it.
And killed by Flores. That's it.
And Yankees lost to Flores, so it was Yankees 1, Flores 2, and Yankees 1, Flores 2, and that was that game. Now moving on to game 2, and today is Tanaka, and you're thinking, Tanaka, it's a Wednesday, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They got 2 back-to-back starts that are not pretty good for Tanaka. After he was money to start the season.
Yeah, and it's annoying because then you start thinking about the elbow. Was it the elbow?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into injury, but to get 4 innings from Tanaka, and I mean, he gave up 5 hits and 3 runs and homer, and I mean,
he got 6 Ks.
He had 6 Ks, yes.
He left that Ketel Marte home run. Like it was just like hit me.
Yeah, it stopped. It stopped right there, and I said, "Please,
really on a string."
But not for nothing. I mean, the pen after him came in and gave us a chance to come back and try to win this game. But alas, even 3 runs are too much and you know what? One of the runs, and it was a couple of situations right in this game. One of the runs, earlier in the game, Gary Sánchez, it went down as a wild pitch. He could have blocked that. Probably could have kept it in front of him. That run scored. That's you just kind of in games like it's like a 1-run game, and you kind of like look around for situations where you're thinking, damn, maybe we could have got something, but we didn't get something. Yankees had bases loaded in one situation with 2 outs, didn't get anything out of it. So you're just thinking like, shit, man, they're not capitalizing on these things. I mean, they went up against Kelly. I don't even know how do you pronounce it. The dude pitched in Korea last year. He could barely get these get freaking Korean baseball players out in the KBO, and he's out here just shutting down the Yankees.
It's annoying. I don't know his first name. Yeah, Kelly. He came in 5 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run which was earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And the home run allowed to Luke Voigt, who's been on. I mean, even though he didn't really do much in the first game, but he's been on fire throughout the whole basically the National League. The past 2 games basically. Well, 2 series, excuse me.
The lineup just it just needs some at least a couple of more. At least DJ LeMahieu back, to kind of keep the lineup a little bit more, just a little bit more circular with the hitting, right? Because it's like. When you build your lineup, right, you want to make sure that you put your hits together. Like somebody said, I forgot who said it, but it's like I think it's Susan said it in the radio broadcast. She's like, it's about putting your hits together wherever it is in the lineup. And it's like sometimes the Yankees will get hit. Like, look at this. In the second inning, Gio Urshela with a 2-out double. Nothing happens after that. Brett Gardner hit a single. Luke Voigt, double play. Let me see what else we had here. Damn, we're trying to get to that bases loaded situation. All right, here it goes. In the 5th inning, and I think this is probably the Yankees' best chance, right? It was a walk. Tauchman walked, which that was great. He got on base.
Yep.
Gio Urshela, he lined out. So it's 1 out, runner on first. There was this one play. It was a force out, where Tyler Wade, quote unquote, grounded out to the second baseman. But if you look at the freaking replay, his foot is off the bag. You can clearly see the sand. I don't understand what they're looking at. They went to replay and still got the fucking shit wrong. What is the point of replay if you're going to get it wrong?
Exactly.
They got it wrong. Boone is like, what the fuck? He throws his hand in the air, and then he's like frustrated because he's like, what the hell? And they get the call wrong. That kind of changes the inning because now you're 2 outs, right? Instead of runners on first and second with 1 out, you're now runners on, a runner on first with 1 out, with 2 outs. So right. it's like a totally different situation.
Yeah, completely changed the whole aspect of the inning, and then you lose the challenge as well.
Exactly. And then you can't, of course, like Michael K says, you can't fall into the fallacy of the predetermined outcome. And you have Cameron Maybin hits a single, so somebody would have scored, of course, and Tauchman would have at least scored. Mike Ford walks to then walk the bases loaded, and you're thinking, oh my God, are you serious right now?
What could have been?
Exactly, but it was bases loaded, 2 outs, and then Gardner ends up grounding out to the first baseman, and away went that rally.
Yeah, Gardner sliding to. He keeps doing that. I mean, I don't know if it helps, but I keep hearing that it slows you down. So he slid into first base.
I mean, I think the first pitch in that at bat was probably the best pitch to hit. Like it was like a cookie that he got like right down the middle,
right down the freaking middle, Gardner.
Yeah, but anyway,
what do you do? Gardner has a tendency of taking the pitches so much to a fault at times.
Yeah,
but whatever. Next inning.
I mean, at this point, we're down 3-0. The insurmountable 3-0, right? Because of the early runs by the Dbacks and
the Dbacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bullpen keeps us in it. To be honest, it gives us a chance. Voigt homers to then extend his ridiculous on base streak to
41.
41 straight games, and that was a laser. And you don't really see Voigt pull too many homers, so he smacked that shit.
And goes back to what you said with the whole Michael K quote, because Voit came up, so hit that laser.
Exactly.
So who would nobody. Obviously, you can't say it because maybe he would have been pitched differently. Obviously, he was pitched the way he was with nobody on base.
Yeah.
So, but still sucks.
It's nice to see that Voit is doing this without that many people around him, because this proves that Voit is more of the real deal. That means that when he has other people like Judge and the other guys come back, he'll even be even better than what he is, because then people can't pitch around him as much, and they'll have to avoid, if anything, give him more pitches to hit because they have to avoid people like Giancarlo and Judge, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's great for him. It's really nice to see him doing this and flourishing into his own thing. But I mean, the next rally, really think of it, if you want to call it a rally, I guess is in, what was it, the 7th inning?
The 7th was kind of quiet for the Yankees.
Oh no, it was just a Maven walk, and nothing really happened there. But it was just, oh, here we go, in the 8th inning. It was in the 8th inning. So in the 8th inning, Voit walks, and then Gary singles, and then you're like, oh shit, we got something cooking. You know what I mean? We're in the bullpen. We got something cooking. Then we're going up against Archie Bradley. Yeah, we are. And so it's 2 runners on, and Gleyber comes up, and this pitcher, to be honest, he walked Voit. He fell behind in the count to Gary Sánchez. He was kind of all over the place, to be honest. He couldn't find the zone, Archie Bradley. Gleyber first pitch swinging was a problem. I mean, that ended up, that was a double play. And of course, you don't want to take away his aggressiveness. And who am I to tell a professional hitter like Gleyber Torres when to swing or whatever it is, right? But damn, time and place, you know what I mean? Like maybe take a pitch or something like that. Same thing with Thairo Estrada in the beginning part of the game. He had a situation where he had a 3-1 count, and he ended up swinging on that count where the guy obviously had a problem with finding the zone, and he ended up, I think he flew out or something like that, but it could have been a situation where you could have gotten another base runner on, and it would have, put even more pressure on the pitching staff. And that, here it goes. This was in the 7th inning, which is what I was going to reference. When Maben walks, they wanted to get Estrada on, and this guy was all over the place, really. Wade, in that inning, this is actually when Aaron Boone got thrown out, because he thought Wade got hit by a pitch. And he asked the umpires, hey, because the Yankees didn't have their challenge from earlier because they lost it. He said, hey, can you guys check it? And the umpires got together. The time that they wasted getting fucking together to discuss and say no, they could have just went to the replay. Exactly. Could have went to the replay and checked it. The incompetent umpiring crew went and said, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. And then Boone loses his shit. He said, yo, what the fuck? He's upset, blah, blah, blah. And then he ends up getting thrown out of the game, which I like seeing Boone do that, kind of sticking up for his guys and just kind of like, these umpires are ridiculous right now. It took no effort to just check it, so they didn't even check it. But nonetheless, Tyler Wade grounded out. Maben, so imagine that, a hit by pitch, Maben walks, that's another situation, right? And then Estrada had the 3-1 count and then ends up, swinging right away instead of trying to take another pitch, because with the way that pitcher was pitching, it's more of a chance that he's probably going to walk you there. Gardner grounds out. But the Yankees ended up ending this game here. It just, 9th inning didn't really do much, just a Maben walk, which I feel like I'm saying that a lot. Maben's on base a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm like, yo, Joe, you've been saying Maben walk a lot. I want to know, what's his on-base percentage? What's his on-base percentage?
Word, maybe you on base all day. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Maben as a Yankee here. Look at this. He's batting .385, so, I mean, that's pretty good. But his on-base percentage on this year, and I want to look for it real quick just because it's kind of funny. Where are you on base? No way. Hold on a second.
They only have the OPS.
The man has a 529 on base percentage. Maybe you could be on base for me half the time, no problem. I love that. It's a short sample size, guys, so we're not making too much about it. But I mean, this series,
it's nice to see.
Yankees lost, and
it's horrible.
You don't want to see it, but they had a really good successful road trip. They had a sweep in San Francisco. They took 3 out of 4 against LA. And Yankees are notoriously really bad on these West Coast road trips, remember?
Yep. So 6-3 on the road
Exactly. Trip. We did another series, Chris, where now we finish a series, and not only do we not have anybody day to day, but we don't have like a new day to day. We don't even have we don't have an IL or a new day to day, which means, like I said, we're turning the corner. We're improving. Last series was probably the first series against the Giants where we didn't have an IL. And then now these are like small victories, guys. This is what we got to look forward to. But nonetheless, that's what we're seeing here. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the Yankees have a successful road trip.
I think so, and I think that that whole 3,000 thing, CC could move on from it because I feel like before that, it was in his mind. And so now he was going more for the strikeout versus the contact.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was more relaxed this time around. He finally got it, so now he can move forward.
I mean, you see how much of a boss CC was, though? After he got the strikeout, he just walked it off like it's normal. Like he ain't Come on, you knew, brother.
Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, like, come on, let's get in there. We got a game. I got a hit. Let's go. He got his helmet, went in there, which whatever. Anyway, universal DH. I can't with this shit anymore. With the anyway. But thank God, NL baseball is done, Chris. We went through the first week. It was a tough week. Going to sleep freaking late. All this shit. It sucked. We don't have to worry about a West Coast game all the way until August.
Oh, that's freaking amazing.
When there's gonna be a series where we face Oakland, the Dodgers, and Seattle. In that series, that's the West Coast road trip. Hopefully, we got the all the guns by then. But it's gonna be a long time. Now we got games ending at 10 o'clock, which would be great.
That's that. I love that because they're gonna go back obviously starting to 6:35. So we're
Absolutely.
Good. Now, what's your takeaway on this mini series here, Joe?
I mean, also on the series against what are
the Diamondbacks?
The Diamondbacks. It makes me feel like, even though, and maybe they should take it this way. And I'm not saying that they're not hungry. Of course, they're hungry. I know that they're hungry, but maybe take it as like that ruler test, that barometer test, where you're just like, okay, we beat a lot of these bad teams that we're supposed to beat, but we're still not there yet. Let's not get gassed. Even though our record, we're second in the division, and our record is pretty good. Where are we? 17-13?
Yeah, 17-13.
17-13, 2 games out of first place. Rays lost back-to-back games today, doubleheaders. Got swept in the doubleheader today for the Royals. So thank you, Royals. Hello.
Thank you.
Red Sox swept Oakland, I think.
Yeah, the Oakland's like on a 6-game losing streak right now. They're really bad. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, man, I wish we were facing them now. But nonetheless, I mean, I think that the series was a good test, right? Same thing as like kind of to show you like you guys are doing okay right now, but let's not get too crazy.
Right.
We still need the big horses back, right? Let's not get crazy. Let's hope Clint Frazier comes back because I want to see less of Talkman at this point.
Yeah,
I love his hustle, love his attitude, I love his grit. But I need me some Clint Frazier in there. I need me some Giancarlo. I just need more a lot better bats, some Hicks, all of those things in there. So that's what my feeling on the series is, like a barometer, like a test. You failed this test. Let's go back. We still got to face another team right now that has a winning record, which we're going to face Minnesota now. But we're at home, so hopefully Red Thunder comes back this weekend. If not, then maybe Monday, whatever. Hopefully we get some new bats back this weekend. But what's your feeling on the series?
Like you said, is because a lot of Yankee Twitter was going on. Yeah, let's forget about Judge. Let's forget about Stanton and
I don't know who said that.
There's people that have said that, and it's amazing. And like you said, this is basically an outlook on us, a realization basically like, hey, we do need the big boppers. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves thinking that we're going to go far with how the construction of the current team. We need our guys back. And, we obviously, I don't want to get too, crazy, too worried because we got swept by the Astros and then we got swept by the Diamondbacks, 2 teams over 500. But we got to get these guys back healthy, because if we do want to beat these teams over 500, we're gonna do it. We can't do it without them. So,
all right, that's cool. Well, who's your pitcher, strong performer of the series?
We really didn't do much, man. But I'm gonna have to give it a Luke Voigt because that guy's just been mashing. Even though he hasn't been getting, he didn't really get a lot of hits, but he has been getting on base and extended his on base streak. Had a walk the game before, and obviously this game with the homer. So, but not much else. So, I mean, I don't. There's really nobody else that really did anything. But I think I know where you're gonna go. But I'm gonna go with Luke.
I'll go with Glaber, and
I knew it.
Glaber went 3 for 8 in the series
Yes,
with an RBI, and I thought he was pretty good, especially in the field. And on top of that, he did a good job at he didn't do the good job there with the double play, of course, but nonetheless, I mean, I thought he had a good series, and since he was struggling before, he broke out of it in the Angel series, thankfully, and then he's been going really well ever since. So I really do like Gleyber Torres, and the disappointment of the series. I'm gonna go Tanaka, man.
Okay.
I'm going Tanaka because, I mean, you got 2 straight starts of this, and now you go only 4 innings, and of course the pen is there backing it up. His season as a whole now, with the way that he started, the fact that he has a 3.92 ERA is like, damn, like what the hell? Like,
yeah,
come on, bro. Like, seriously. But, I mean, his last 2 starts, I mean, this one here, I mean, it wasn't good at all, to say the least. 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. A homer. He's been kind of getting bit a little bit more with the homer ball.
right.
Even though, well, not really. I mean, he's been kind of giving up a homer per start. But even in the last start where he went 5 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 runs total, 5 earned, 2 homers. I mean, that was bad. 3 walks, which he doesn't even walk many people, so that's uncharacteristic of Tanaka. Only walked 1 today, but still, nonetheless, I mean, the Tanaka just turned the corner. But brother, we need you. What's been holding up this team throughout this little run while everybody's been injured has been the starting pitching. So come on, Tanaka, buckle up. Let's go out and see you for a better start on. I think he pitches on Monday against Seattle, so it's going to be a little bit of a test because that's another team that's going hard right now. Who's your you trash? You
Trash.
Oh, he trash, son.
That's the drop. That's definitely the drop. I love you, Gardy, but you're the you trash. You're the you trash. Pinstripe, you trash.
What did he do this series?
He went 2 for 9. 2 for 9. He left 5 on base, 1 strikeout. He really didn't do much, man. Like he just really didn't do much. I honestly, I can't really rag on Gardy because I don't think he himself was expecting to play this much.
Damn, bro, you could have went Topman real easy.
I was gonna.
Topman could get that shit every week, B.
No, he had an RBI at least. He had an RBI. He tried to make it close, so I can't really. I was going Talkman until like the last, like the 9th inning. But I'm gonna give it to Gardy. We need you to do a lot more, and I understand it's really not fair to ask that of him. But with the current circumstances, we could basically give it to the whole team.
You could have gave it to Wade real easy.
I could have given it. I was thinking about Wade too, but
Wade went over 8. What the hell?
Yeah, he went over. Yeah, he went over.
Holy shit! I didn't even see that.
But I don't expect anything from Wade.
Over 7, my bad.
I don't expect anything from Wade though. Like he always goes bonkers in AAA, and then he comes up here and shits the bed. He's getting the opportunities that he's been asking for, that he was complaining about. I'm not expecting shit from Wade. I'm expecting a little bit more from Gardy. He didn't really do much, but hopefully next series, we could let's see what he could do. Sorry, Gardy. We love you, and I want you to do better.
You're trash, son. All right, but nonetheless, yeah. I mean, I wanted to, and I don't know We're running a bit long here, but I wanted to take a look to see if we had any of, because there were some people that did leave some reviews that I wanted to just shout about real quick and just kind of talk about that real quick and be able to see. So, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go to and give us go to your podcast where you do listen to it. Give us a 5-star review and rating, as it does help. We're up to we got a 5-star rating right now. That's awesome.
Nice.
So let me see if we do have any new ratings here. Caillou. Okay, Caillou says, love the podcast. It's great. Appreciate all the work that you do around the Yankees from the fans' point of view. Love it. You, John Boy, Bronx Pinstripes. Shout out to everybody there. Yankees, yo, there is so many other great Yankee outlets. Appreciate all the work that you do for Yankee fans. Love your enthusiasm and energy for the game. Much respect to you. Go Yankees. Voodoo. Voodoo? What the hell?
Yankees voodoo.
Oh, what the hell, Caillou? What the hell was that about? All right. And then let me see here. Oh, we got some other ones. DRZ Destroyer. Great podcast. Love your reactions and analytical take in the game. Okay. Nice. Let's read some of the more recent ones here. This one's by Steven Pizarro. If you're a real Yankee fan, this is the podcast for you. He says, Joe and Chris are the best thing that ever happened to the Yankees and their fans. Great show, very energetic, and they are true fans to the game of baseball and, of course, the New York Yankees. Thank you so much for the kind words, Steven. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Steven.
One and Jen. Good podcast. I'm loving the Yankees podcast. You guys give good, great info on the Yankees. Pinstripe strong. Love that. Thank you. Appreciate that. As a native, this is from NYY Nation. Bronx Nation is his title. And he says, as the Bronx native, I enjoy the podcast.
Why is Tyrion being
what
so
the hell?
These days?
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, what the hell? My TV turned on over there. I'm watching Game of Thrones theories and shit. He says, as a Bronx native, I enjoy the podcast because they go just full force and provide much info on my Bronx Bombers. Keep doing you, Joe, and let's go Yankees. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lil Capicola, nice name. The most beautiful variety. What's not to like? It's a Yankees podcast and the most beautiful variety. Okay, that's a callback. That's a call. That's a listener right there. That's my favorite Joe's reaction right away. That's a Gardner home run when I said a grand slam of the most beautiful variety. I think that was against the Red Sox.
Of course it is.
T Walker 2511 says great show by Joe's. Joe's is a great dude, and it's good to hear perspective from a passionate fan who also has season tickets, watching the team live and in person. Nice work, boys. Keep them strong. Scott BP. Okay, nice. We gotta get some people showing you some more love, Chris. We gotta get you out there, man. We gotta get you known. But thank you guys so much for everybody that was kind enough to leave us a 5-star review. If you guys have not already, make sure you do go on there and leave us a 5-star review so we can read it on your next podcast, right?
Yep.
But I mean, Chris, do you have any parting words for us?
Let's get ready for Minnesota. Minnesota is a stronger team than what they were before. They have definitely made some moves. I think we missed Barrios, thankfully.
Yes.
Let's just keep it pushing. Get the hits going, and what is it? Three game series. Two out of three. Not asking for much. How about you?
There are 3 guaranteed things in life. One is death, of course. The second is taxes. And the third is the Yankees can beat the freaking Twins anywhere. Yankees can beat the Twins on the moon anywhere. So let's go Yankees. You got the pinstripes. You got the pinstripes back on. So let's go ahead. Let's come back home and let's get these dubs. Win this series. Get back on a winning track. Forget that road series. Successful road trip. Awesome job. That is done and over with. April's done and over with. We're in May. Let's get the series going. And like I always say, make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on. Keep them strong. Let's go, Yankees. And tell them, Noah.